In Lesson 4, we are going to be taking our container from AutoCAD and importing into 3ds Max, where we'll apply textures to make a photographic image. What you want to do is open up your 3ds Max application, and we're going to import our AutoCAD drawing. Now, AutoCAD defaults to a DWG file format. So for file type, make sure you select AutoCAD drawing, and then from your T drive, go ahead and open it, and you'll see some options here. And the surface deviation, the smaller the number, the smoother it is. So type in 0.01 or 0.001 and import your bottle. And once you have it in, go ahead and inspect it and make sure that it is a smooth object. And then what we'll do is go ahead and put it on a plane. So zoom out and then create a plane that the bottle will sit on, and make sure that it is on top of the plane. And then what you can do is zoom on the object, whichever window you're in, zoom in, and then what we can go ahead and do is open up your material editors. Now look for the link, which should be in the folder with the lesson, and you can cut and paste the link, and then import in the doors and windows material. And once you have that open, go ahead and select the glass. You can either use the number 2 or 3. One is blue and one is a green tint, and you just want to play around with it. And make sure that you put it into the material editor and not directly into the bottle, otherwise when you open up your file it won't be there next time. And simply drag it and drop it onto your glass container, and it should be transparent. And then what we'll go ahead and do is locate an image either from your internet search, and I've already done this for you. This is a parquet floor, and drag it in to the material editor as a JPEG image, and then simply take that image and apply it to the floor. Now you'll notice that it won't come in to the scale that you desire. So go ahead and edit the material, and in the image we want to do is the tiling. So you're going to have to just, by trial and error, I'll start with 30. That's a large number, but you'll see that's the amount of tiling that is going to occur. And that's probably a little too small, and it'll all depend on the size of your plane and the image that you import. So 10 seems to work pretty well. And again, this is how most images are done in games. And then we'll go to the lights and select Omni. And at a minimum we want 2 lights. I'll go ahead and select one right where the bottle is, and then I'll put one above it. And when I put it above it, make sure I'm zoomed out far enough, and I'll want to apply a shadow to that light. So I'll select the shadow on. And if you forget to do that, you can always select the light, and then in the Modify command you can go ahead and make that change. And then what we want to do is render the image from the perspective view. So go ahead and select the rendering icon, and we'll go ahead and use a larger image, which is 800 by 600, a single frame. And then on the rendering output, select Files. Now you have to be careful because it defaults into a folder which gets cleaned out every time you log off. So make sure that it's in your T drive. And then make sure that it is in a format such as a JPEG. A movie is typically an AVI file, but in this circumstance we want to make sure that it is a JPEG. And then save it, and make sure that the image is not compressed and then go ahead and render it. Now, the image as it renders is a temporary folder. You want to go ahead into your T drive and open it up if you want to print it out. So you want to experiment with the lights and make sure you have a shadow which grounds the bottle and make sure it's transparent. And you've completed the lesson.